Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a video where I break down two of my favorite sensors, the color sensor and the touch sensor. So first of all, let's get started with the color sensor, as that is my favorite sensor in the entire LEGO Mindstorms EV3 series. So this is the color sensor. So the top part is the LED and the bottom part is the LDR. LED stands for light emitting diode and LDR stands for light dependent resistor. So after the LED emits the light, and when the light is reflected from one surface, the LDR registers the value of the reflected light in the form of reflected light intensity, RLI. Now for the rest of the hardware, as you can see, there's one round connection point, another round connection point, and one axial connection point in the middle, one wire connection point, and that's pretty much it. So you have the same white and grey construction, and for the sensor area where the actual function lies, it's bordered by a red color. Now what can you do with this sensor? You can make your bot follow one line continuously. So for the line following, so suppose this is one line on this table. So suppose this is completely white. Imagine this is a table, it's completely white. So it will register the white color and the black color. So when it goes towards the white part, it will take a right turn because it detects white, and I've commanded it to take a right turn. When it senses black, when it senses white on the right edge, it will take a left turn because I've registered it to do that. So for that, first of all, you have to calibrate your color sensor. So for calibration, you have to make sure that your color sensor recognizes color. So you have to teach it specific colors for specific cases. Or you can just directly do it if you want. But in calibration, it works better. Now let's move on to the touch sensor. So the touch sensor, you have seen it in action in two of my previous videos, the introduction to touch sensor videos. So you know the basic function. So this part, you can click it, and there are three modes available in the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 programming software. So you can click. So when you press, you have to continuously hold it and it will do a function. When you press and let it go, it will do a function. When you press and release it immediately, it will do a function. So for press and release, bump, press, that's press only, and release, release. So for the rest of the hardware, it's exactly the same as the color sensor. So as you can see here, there are two round connection points on the edges and one axial connection point in the middle, one wire connection point on the back, and that's pretty much it. So now we'll be doing a breakdown of the brick also. So the LEGO EV3 brick is perhaps the most important component in the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 kit. So now let's get on with that. So this is the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 brick that you see here. It's also known as the P brick. So here, let's do a hardware breakdown. So there are four connection points here for the wires. These are for motors and all the motors only. The others here on the other side, which are labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, are for the sensors. And this connection point is the PC connector. There's a cable that you get in the box. So that cable can be used to connect the brick with your PC directly if you don't have Bluetooth. There are 5 connection points here for round pegs, 5 here also, so in total 20 on the sides. Here you have more connection points, 23, you have more, 26, 29, and 30, 31, 32. In total you have 32 connection points. So you can use these connection points in several methods to connect your brick to whatever you're building. Like you have seen in previous videos, I have connected the brick to a pulley system, to large motors, to several objects. So now what are the ports that we have? The other ports. You have a USB port here and a micro SD card slot to load information or to take information out. And for the UI breakdown, this is actually really hard to see because the screen does not glow. So I'll try to explain it to you as best as I can. So first of all, we have 4 menus here. Play, then you have programs here. So basically here you can play all your programs. and this is the place where all your programs will be stored. So in this section, in the first menu, there will only be some recent programs, and in the second menu all the programs will be there. And for the third one, when you connect it to the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 software, you will see that there are several functions there, like port view, motor control. So you have all that with your LEGO Mindstorms EV3 Brick also in the third tab, and in the fourth tab you have several settings. So that's the LEGO Mindstorms EV3 Brick, and there are 4 navigation buttons here, and to turn it on you have to press the center button and hold it, and then it will turn on. For quitting it, you have to hold the escape button, you have to press the escape button, and when you get an option to quit, you have to press the yes, and then it will quit. So now let's move on to the motor, large motor. So this is the large motor that you can see here. So this part is where you connect the axle connector point is where you have to connect the axle, and then you can place your wheel in there, in the axle, and then it will move. So you have seen in my previous videos I've used this motor a lot, so you know what the basic function is, but you don't know the exact hardware. So there are 2 peg connector points here. Let me get that in focus. So there are 2 peg connector points here and 1 axle connector point here. So these 2 are round connectors and this is an axle connector. Here there are 3 round connector points. 3 round connector points at the bottom. So as you can see, I've got some pegs inserted in there. And at the bottom you have 2 round connector points and 1 axle connector on both sides. So that's the basic hardware. Now we'll be doing the medium motor. So this is the medium motor, and the medium motor has some inconveniences compared to the large motor. So the large motor has the rotating part on the side, but the medium motor has it on the front. So it's really hard to use the medium motor for a movement board without creating a 90-degree attachment, which uses more amount of parts, and also it just uses a more amount of your time. So let's do a hardware breakdown. So as you can see here, I'll just zoom in. So as you can see here, there are 2 pegs over here, 2 round peg connection points here, 4 round peg connection points surrounding the axle connection point, which is the only part which rotates, 2 round connection points, 1 axle connection point, 2 round connection points, 1 axle connection point, and 1 wire connecting point. So for the medium motor, there's a specific part that you need to use to create the 90-degree attachment. I'll just open it up and I'll show the part to you. Put on. So this is the part that you will be needing for the medium motor if you want to use it for anything that involves even a little bit of movement. So you will have to attach this part here, and then you will have to use some gears to create a gear rotating thing like the clock. So the gears will be aligned here, and then the motor will rotate and the wheel can move. That is the only way in which you can do that, and that is a topic that I have planned for the next video. There are 2 more sensors to cover, but they will be covered in the next video. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment answers in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos every Sunday.